Alright guys, in this video, I will be going over a power ranking for the top 10 teams NA. The two things I'm basing my rankings off of are 1, the rankings this split currently, and 2, potential. And remember that potential can be kind of opinionated, right? It can be a little bit opinion based. So let's get into it. Alright you guys, in my 10th place, I am putting Shopify Rebellion, which consists of Parth, Memory, and 2-Piece. Alright, as you guys can see, Shopify Rebellion is tied 9th place with Complexity. You know, I think adding 2-Piece to this squad really brings them to a whole new level, but isn't really enough. As you guys can see, in the Fall Open Regional, which was the first regional, they made 5th through 8th, right? And in the Fall Cup, they didn't even make Day 3. Alright, like I said, 2-Piece brings like a whole new factor to this team, but I don't think it's really enough to place them higher, so I think this is a good spot for them, at least for now. In my 9th place in this power ranking, I have Complexity, which consists of Raceball, CRR, and AJG. I think this team has so much potential, but they have problem putting that potential out on the field. As you can see, they are tied for 9th with Shopify Rebellion, and you know, I'm just not really sure what they can do this season. In the Fall Open, they did not make it to Day 3. As you can see, they placed 9th through 11th. They almost made it to Day 3. They got very close, but wasn't quite there. And in the Fall Cup, they made 5th through 8th. And, you know, we're starting to see them shining here and there, but it's not enough to make me place them higher. This one may not be a fan favorite in terms of my decision, but I'm placing NRG in 8th place. NRG consists of Justin, Squishy, and Garrett G. You guys, I know NRG is a fan favorite, and I myself love me a good underdog story, and as you can see, they're tied for 5th with G2, and G2 is a monster of a team. We all know NRG used to be on top, and, you know, they did place well in the Fall Cup. In the Fall Open, they did not make Day 3. They went 9th through 11th. And then the Fall Cup, they got 4th place. The reason I have them placed in 8th is because we have not seen very much from NRG in so long, and I want to believe in them. And I do believe in them. I really do. I believe in the potential and the possibilities here. However, with how they've been performing for such a long time, and then with their potential being so all over the place, I genuinely have to place them here. I have to. I don't feel like they deserve a spot above all these other teams right now. I just don't. In 7th place, I have Optic Gaming, which consists of AJ, Rlcs, and Magic Bear. I think this Optic Gaming squad has potential. I think they're still finding their footing. Unfortunately, that potential has not shown on the field as much as they may have liked for it to. And, you know, they're here tied for 7th with Furia, and I do think that's a pretty good place for them. I don't think that's too far off of what they should be with all the other competition right now. The competition is very, very heavy, and I think they're right where they belong. Within the Fall Open, they did place 5th through 8th, and they placed 5th through 8th in the Fall Cup as well, showing consistency. As you can see, they're down here at the bottom for 8th. And here, they're around 7th place. So they're showing a lot of consistency in that. And I'm placing them here. I think they could potentially be slightly higher. But like I said, heavy competition. This is where they are for now. This may hurt some of you. But in my 6th place, I have a fan favorite in Furia that consists of Yen, Card, and Kaio. Furia won hearts all across the world last season. And then they picked up from Sam and moved to NA. Here you can see they're tied for 7th with Optic. And honestly, I think that this is a good place for them because they honestly haven't shown us what they're capable of. And we know what they're capable of. They have consistently been about top 6 within majors all last season. And we know they're a world contending team. I just don't think they're showing it here. You guys, like I said, 7th place tied with Optic. You can see them finishing 5th through 8th in the Fall Open, and then 5th through 8th in the Fall Cup as well. Who knows what's to come for Regional 3 Fall Invitational, but I think they're gonna have to show us a lot more and show me a lot more to be ranked higher in this list. In 5th place, I have version 1 that consists of Torment, Calm, and Beast Mode. Version 1 is so hard to place, and listen, I know they're tied for 2nd with FaZe right now in the overall rankings for NA, and I know they just won a regional, but like I said, I struggle with this consistency aspect when it comes to them. I know in the past they've kind of pulled regional wins out of nowhere, it seems, and they do decent at LANs, or they have in the past, and I just want to see more from them. I want to see more consistency from them, because I know they can be a top 3 team, but they need to take how they performed in the Fall Cup and have that consistently. That's what we need. So as you can see in the Fall Open, they did place 5th through 8th, and then they won. They won this regional, but will they be able to do that again in Regional 3? I genuinely don't know. I don't know anything when it comes to version 1, but I know they're really, really, really good and a top team quite consistently, which is why I placed them at 5th. In my 4th place slot, I have SSG consisting of Arsenal, LJ, and Daniel. You know, I think SSG has always been a fan favorite. You know, I think they're a monster of a squad right now. They have shown tons of inconsistencies in the past, but this time around, they picked up LJ, and I think they have been the most consistent that they have ever been. As you can see in the Fall Open, they did place 3rd and 4th, and in the Fall Cup, they placed 3rd and 4th as well. I think SSG can really push to the top here and make top 3. I think it's so difficult because you have these teams that kind of pop off sometimes, like version 1, and when they pop off, there's no beating them really. But I think SSG can stay 3rd, 4th very, very, very consistently, and even pushing into a major and making a similar placing. Will they get 1st? I don't know if they have that pop-off potential, but they can certainly stay in this 3rd, 4th spot very, very well, very consistently, and that's why I put them there. In my 3rd spot, I have the almighty G2, consisting of Chicago, Atomic, and JNAPS. So this is a place where you'll see, again, me kind of not disagreeing, but placing G2 at a different place than where they are in the rankings this season. And a lot of that is because of potential. We all know G2's potential. Every time they get knocked down and they place bad, they're always back on top instantly after, which is why I placed them in 3rd. You know, I know that in the Fall Open, they did quite well, you know, placing 3rd, 4th alongside SSG. And in the Fall Cup, I mean, they didn't even make day 3. So you might be wondering, oh my gosh, like why did she place them in 3rd with what's been happening this split? Like I said, G2 just has that bounce back every time that a lot of other teams don't have. They kind of remind me of BDS in the sense of where they might place really low here, but then they are on the upward trend for the rest of the time, for months and months and months to come. So I really believe in this squad and taking that 3rd place. In my 2nd place, I do really think they deserve this spot despite their placing in the Fall Cup. It is FaZe Clan, consisting of First Killer, Sipical, and Mist. So as you can see, FaZe 2nd ranking in NA for this season so far, or for the split so far rather. And you know, I know they placed very similar to version 1, and version 1 I placed in 5th, and FaZe I'm placing in 2nd, and you may be wondering why that is. So as you can see in the Fall Open, they did take 1st place right out the bat, 1st regional of the season, and then in the 2nd regional, they fell flat a bit, placing 5th through 8th. Now the reason that I placed FaZe higher than I placed version 1 is simply due to overall consistency. Now we can't exactly take the previous season kind of into play here because we know different players, blah, blah, blah. FaZe has, throughout the entirety of its existence in Rocket League, though, been placing around that 4th place spot. They've always been consistent in that, whether it be regionals, whether it be LANs. It's never really mattered. They've always been 4th place, 5th place, so forth and so on. And they did win a regional, which makes me think that they do deserve this 2nd place spot. And Oh, I think they're such a dangerous team, so I think this team needn't an introduction, but for my final ranking of this video, in first place, we have, unsurprisingly, Gen G. That consists of Appjack, Noli, and Chronic. You guys, I honestly think this one speaks for itself. I did mention earlier that SSG is very consistently placing 3rd and 4th. Gen G is also very consistent in their placings, except they're higher. They're consistently taking that 2nd place. Haven't gotten a win yet. Maybe Regional 3, but they have consistently been 2nd place. As you can see right here, Gen G Mobile 1 Racing taking 2nd place to FaZe in the Fall Open, and then in the Fall Cup taking 2nd place to version 1. They are also the first team to qualify for the major in Rotterdam, and I honestly, no team is more deserving. I could not place another team in this spot thus far. Maybe after Regional 3, we can bump up a team, move it around, but for now, I don't think there's anywhere else they should be. Alright, you guys, this is my top 10 power ranking for NA thus far this season. You know, if you guys agree, disagree, let me know in the comments below what your top 10 is and where you'd rank them. Of course, this is quite similar to the rankings already out there for this season, but there were a few mix-ups and a few teams swapped around and whatnot. So again, let me know if you guys agree, disagree. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Next week, I will be doing the EU power rankings. So make sure you subscribe to check out that video.